That's the sound of two schools in South Africa joining the digital universe. Spectrum Primary School, situated in the Johannesburg suburb of Ennerdale, and Ramosadi Primary School in the more rural town of Mafeking are participating in the M-Ubuntu project, which is bringing mobile phones into their classrooms to promote literacy.
With the M-Ubuntu project, the idea was to start as a teacher collaboratory, which means we have a group of teachers that would be sourcing particularly the area of reading. So the issue of literacy in South Africa we wanted to address. The very specific and unique component to this is that we think that the use of the multifunctions of a mobile phone is capable of helping teachers to address this need of literacy.
I actually started to work with these children last year when the mobile phones was introduced. So as an English teacher, I was using it for all the things that I'm doing in the class. And I think the children are also learning because of now they know that there are other means of communication. So to me, it was fun and a learning experience.
There's a lot of children that cannot read in our school, and that might help them to learn more about reading and the world.
I saw a lot of words on the phone that I never understood before, and I got to know some of the new words and the meanings.
Once the child sits with this device in their hand, something else happens. There's a lot more focus, but secondly, the pen didn't disappear and the book didn't disappear. This device is simply stimulating the kind of interaction between the data or the knowledge or the teacher and the learner.
The M-Ubuntu team is supported by a grant from the 2009 Digital Media and Learning Competition. At the competition showcase in Chicago, the M-Ubuntu team and another grant-winning project, DevInfo Gameworks, saw an opportunity for collaboration.
It's just so incredibly exciting to be able to work with Theo and his team. DevInfo is an organization that creates software and methods to organize, display, and analyze human development data from all sorts of sources. The partnership with M-Ubuntu was really just a happy coincidence. Certainly, if it weren't for the DML competition, we might not have even realized how much we have in common.
The kids at Ramosadi and Spectrum used their mobile phones to source and create their own versions of DevInfo's new educational game, DevFacto.
What we provide on the site is really a template. You have a 4x4 grid, and then words on the grid, and then a set of facts, media, or text that connect to those items on the grid. The rules of the game, the format, the technology is all there in place. And the learners, their job is to put in the content, to choose what words or phrases will go in each of the squares, and then to collect the media, upload the media, and then to make those connections. So everything that is written or that was uploaded was done and chosen by the students.
Whatever data you capture with the phone, you're going to have to put it onto a computer. So you're learning that functional literacy as far as that's concerned. And what Jeff's team then did was to say, look, you can take all of that skill now, and here's the computer, you can work it, you can design something that's fun, that's interactive, and you can achieve the same kind of results.
We had 4 groups of students. We gave them 4 very broad themes like health and education, poverty, economic development, or the environment. And then they went out and did interviews, collected photos, took video, and then brought that back. And then they decided which of those media would go into the game.
We are trying to give learners or students skills that they'll be able to use in their day-to-day running.
Informal learning is supposed to happen whenever you are not sitting in a class. The best learning we seem to have seen is when learners have left the classroom.
I've learned a lot of things that I never learned in my life. It was a great experience to work with a mobile phone.
I didn't know anything about the phone, so it was really a learning experience to work with a phone. The pictures that I took was was based on education, and I hope that when people see it on the internet, that they will also help to understand what is our condition here in South Africa.
It helped us realize how people are struggling in our community and how much they need our help and support.
There was a moment which you can see in the game where one of the learners was standing and translating. The man who lived in the settlement was talking about how the government needed to do more to help, and talking about the conditions, and she was just going back and forth and translating, and the other students were completely engrossed. It really drove home the power that these young people have to tell the entire world what's happening right there in their backyards.
It looks like kids have found a new set of eyes almost to look at their world.
And now that they're on the digital map, the rest of the world will be looking back at them through the lenses of their mobile devices.